Hello, my name is Eric Wilson, and I developed a app called Pharmacy. That's Pharma C, as spelled in SEE. And really, it was built because a lot of times you might be traveling, you might be somewhere that you're not familiar, and you don't necessarily might need medicine, but you might need a Band-Aid, or you might need milk, or anything that a pharmacy would have. I mean, think of CVS and Walgreens and Publix and Sam's. They all really contain what you're looking for, right? Well, if you're away from your current home where you're familiar, whether you're visiting, vacationing, camping, traveling, fishing, anytime you're outside of your comfort zone, well, wouldn't it be nice to know that after you cut your finger, or you ran out of milk, or you just need something like paper clips for the silliest reason, that you could go to an app and it would show you the closest pharmacy. Now, these are all the pharmacies that were queried by the Foursquare database. We went in, we asked for pharmacy, and we got back a ton of data, which is what I'm going to show you in the console log. It literally, wherever you are and the radius, it gives you 20 to 30 different stores to choose from. And that's important. If we go over the statements, again, if you're traveling, camping, on vacation, and you don't know where you are, and you need something from milk to medicine, this app, there's the icon on the right-hand side. There's the pill, the little line through it, and there's the I, which makes it, Pharma C icon. And it's going to help you, again, from milk to medicine, anything in between. You select the predetermined destination and get directions. By that, you hit the app, and it finds out where you are by using your geo coordinates. And then Foursquare populates the query for pharmacies all in the area. And here's why Publix might not be so good as far as CVS, and that is because CVS has a database of your prescriptions. So if you are from New York and you fly to Florida and you run out of your prescriptions, you go to a CVS, not a Publix or a Sam's. You go to CVS, you're in their database. And you remember that from our database creating tables and stuff like that. The CVS has a huge table, and they're like, yep, you're on that medicine, and we'll give that doctor a call and give you what you need. So it does matter if it's a Publix or Sam's or CVS, so we're going to have to show you what that looks like. But as far as the data flow is concerned, here we go. You're going to start, you're going to find out if there's a connection. If it's yes, you're going to authenticate into the Arrow database, okay? If no, you're going to use the load from last week, same principles, the load stored data using SQLite. Then you're going to go get the latitude and longitude coordinates. And, to get more in depth, you're going to go in, find the accuracy. If you get it, it accepts your location request. You pass it to the get function. And if it's Android, use a fixed latitude and longitude. If it's a iPhone, however, you use location, lat and lon. You capture that lat and lon, and then you're over, okay? So that is why I colored that pink. Now, when it comes to, Foursquare, that's our database. Really, they're asking us to use them as their database. So what do you want to capture? And in this case, we want to capture pharmacy data. And a little bit in-depth look at that, okay, we need to use a couple of things. And the first is we need to pass in our latitude and longitude in order to get the data that we want and create a client. And in this case, we want pharmacy data from that latitude and longitude. Then we begin the loop for pharmacies. Again, you don't want to guess at how many pharmacies are out there, so you're going to build a loop, and I'll show you that loop shortly. You're going to save it locally. You're going to overwrite the existing data file in SQLite, and then you're going to pass that to the JSON cloud, and then that's going to come to an end. And that really also kind of puts us to an end to our flow chart. All right, remember we passed to the JSON cloud, we overwrite the data SQLite, we pass to the JSON cloud, we read from that cloud, we capture what we need, and we pass it into the pharmacy UI. So the UI, when it's built, you've got the pharmacy data built into the UI. You create your JSON and your tables and stuff like that. Then you parse Google Map API for Android phones, Android and iPhone don't work off of the same mapping feature, then you open the window and then you come to an end. So that's the data flow. And this is the way the UI should look. Right here's your splash page to let them know that it's downloading. And then you build your create rather your components. If you've got a connection, yes, then you go down further and it says, we're looking for your location. That's a good yes. And then boom, you're right where you need to be. This is a map. That's where you are. That's your current location. There's two choices here. This one here on the left-hand side is the one closest to you. There's a picture of the store, name of the pharmacy, and its address. And if you hit that button right here, it will take you to the nearest one. It'll show you its route through navigation. But if it's not the store you're looking for a CVS specifically, you hit this and it'll show all the stores. Okay, so you got event listeners on both of these, on both of those buttons called Take Me and Show Me. Here's show me all the stores in my area. It's like, okay, that goes away. And you're like, there's this one and this one and this one and this one. I didn't have time to put the different logos on. But if it's take me there, which is the left-hand one, then it takes this line here and you go directly to these directions. But how do we use stored data? Same thing. If we don't get, you're going to get your calls like no internet connections, please check, okay. Location service disabled, okay, all right. Then you go into your stored data or your cloud data, all right. Load from device storage, interval refresh, give them something to let them know that it's still running in the background. And then based on their last location, you can give them an idea of where things are. You'll have the closest pharmacy last time, but you can always say, take me there, and it will reroute you from your current place. Again, this is a sensitive kind of application. It really kind of needs to know where you are. So, without further ado, here is my iPad, and remember my UI charts and how I said it was supposed to look. All right, there it is, right down. Make sure I don't touch this right here. Right down there. Touching. Okay, you saw it. It's right there. Okay, it's running. It's asking me for my location. I allow my location. Okay. Let's see if we can't get that glare out of there. Turn off this light. Okay, there it is. Okay, on the right-hand side, just like we said, there's the pharmacy, there's the logo, there's the address. You hit Take Me There, all right? And that, I'll show you the console log, or you can actually see the console log on the right-hand side. That will create a Take Me There function. If you hit Show All Images, okay, then that function will run. Okay, so every time you touch this, these are active buttons with event listeners. Show me, show me, show me, show me, show me everything. And this is your current location. You are currently right here. This map can scroll, it can zoom around, it's got lots of features. There's a lot of functionality to it. I would suggest when you're building something like this, stay simple. I spent 4 hours trying to do three-dimensional navigational views and populating buildings, and it really did take away from my production time. But let's go over the data console. Again, you've got your apps.js page where essentially, once again, I'll kind of finish this. You always have to have a pretty good idea of what you're going to do. Check for network, okay? Authenticate with the Arrow database, okay? Grab the lat.lon from the geo page. Grab the API data and the lat.lon from Foursquare and create a custom object JSON, then pass that to save locally to the LS page, which is right here. Then the LS page saved to a custom, from here you save to the cloud. And then also this is where you read the data and then populate the UI. And the UI here is simple. Like I said, I got real complicated here with the map module because it was conflicting. Some was saying that, oh, it's out of date, and others said it wasn't. But now I want to bring our attention finally down to here, okay? We were online. Here's project 3 online. Here's my request to the cloud, okay? And this is my name, Eric Wilson, and these are all my identifiers and passwords. So we did access the cloud. We did have success. However, there's our accuracy. There's our heading and our latitude and longitude. And boom, you start parsing an array. And this array has tons of data to it. So I really just broke it down into 3 things. How far away is this measurement? 1676. And it's a Publix, and it's located right down the street. And the reason for the array, I will get into this, okay, is because I had to build a for loop. Because you just never know, all right, how many, this for loop, are in that venue. And if I call up the venue correctly, I don't know if I've got it. Foursquare. Yep, there it is. Okay, you could have 20 items. You could have 400, 30 items. But it was in the venue, so you had to go response, venues, and then do a for loop so you could get the formatted address. You wanted all that. You also want the lat and longitude for routing and the name, Publix, because like I said in the past, that matters. Okay, this has been long enough. Thank you very much for watching. Oh, and here is my icon on the emulator. Again, the emulator needs a password authentication key for Google Maps. Don't forget that. Okay. Have a nice day.